What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. You know, guys, I said I was going to start sharing more real life stories because there's just so much happening in the world. And I want to share this story with you guys. You may have heard about it, but I just want to share it with you guys and get your thoughts on it because unfortunately, this is actually something that happens a whole lot more than some people even realize. And it's just absolutely crazy. But this woman, she is a mom in Texas, and she has been charged with abandonment. She left her 2 children at home while she wanted to just go out and have a good time on a cruise. So let's just go ahead and get into this.
A Houston mother is charged with abandonment. Court records show she left her 2 young children, ages 6 and 8, home alone for 5 days while she went on a cruise. Court records say paramedics ensured the children were in good health. The children are now staying with a relative. The Harris County Precinct 5 Constable's Office just posted video of Williams' arrest last night. Deputies say they found her children after responding to a wellness check call Tuesday at her apartment on I-10 in Bunker Hill. The caller reportedly told deputies other residents had seen the children's mother leaving 5 days earlier with luggage and never returning. Court documents claim the apartment was in complete disarray, had trash and leftover food all over the unit, and a very potent smell of urine. Williams is charged with abandoning a child with intent to return. If convicted, she could spend up to 2 years behind bars.
Oh, so you guys heard that. So the charged mother, her name is lakeshawoodswilliams, and she left her 2 children, 6 and 8 years old, home alone for almost a week. Now, witnesses who live in the luxury high-rise apartment complex where she lives said that they noticed that she was leaving, almost a week prior with luggage around noon and never saw her return. And I'm assuming they just thought, well, maybe the kids had already been picked up by family or babysitters or something like that. But officers found the children, a boy and a girl, inside the apartment. They described as being in disarray, and they said trash and leftover food was all over the apartment and it smelled like urine. The kids told the officers their mother left for a cruise on April 4th, and they did not know when she would be back. Oh my God. And court records say officers found a camera in the apartment that Williams used to watch the children and talk to them while she was away. The 8-year-old boy also had a phone he used to text Williams while she was gone. And deputies tried to contact her, but court records say she was not cooperating and kept changing her whereabouts. The Houston Fire Department was called to make sure the children were not injured or malnourished. And so CPS was also called, and the children were released to the custody of their aunt. Thankfully, because can you imagine if the children had been put into the system with some people? Because we often hear about stories where these children are taken by CPS and they're not released to a family member. They're released to a foster home, to strangers. And a lot of these strangers, not all of them, but a lot of them, they're just doing it for the money. They're not doing it for the care and concern of children. But unfortunately, this is something that happens more than we know. We just may not hear about the news stories of these things happening all of the time. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but I can remember years ago, it was many years ago, I had hired this young lady to work in my business. She was newer to the industry. I told you all, I'm in the beauty industry. I'm a beauty business owner. And she was found out later to have had some issues. And they said one day she came to work, and I wasn't there. Because I don't work in my business every day. But another employee said that she came to work and she was leaving and coming back in, leaving and coming back in. And then they found out that she had her daughter in the truck. So I confronted her about that. I said, you can't do that. And she said, oh, well, I don't have a babysitter. I said, I'm sorry. I know that you're working because you need the money or whatever, but I can't allow you to do that because, one, I wasn't aware of it, and I don't want anyone to think that it's okay to do that. And two, I don't want anyone to think that I was involved in it or I knew that you just had your child sitting in the truck. I would have rather you bring your child into the business and we let your child play in another room or something, but I wouldn't even allow that either because we're not set up to have a daycare facility. But I was just saying, I would never want someone to come and work in my business and keep their child in the car. And then I had not long after that, I had to eventually dismiss her. I had to terminate her employment. But later on, we found out that this girl had been on Nancy Grace before. She had been on Nancy Grace for child neglect and endangerment. Apparently, she left her child at home one night while she went out partying at the club. And see, and I was so shocked by that. It was and disgusted. But what I'm saying is stuff like this happens all of the time. And now you have people like this young lady, young parent, who thinks, oh, well, we have cell phones. I've got cameras. I can just leave them at home like the puppies and watch and look in on them while I'm away. That's not cool. Like, you shouldn't even leave your dog at home alone for several days without someone to be able to watch out for them and look after them and care for them. Like, we put our dogs in the kennel or we'll have someone come and dog sit at the house. But you're going to leave your 2 children at home alone while you go away on a cruise for almost a week. It's crazy, but I wanted to just share this story with you guys. You can let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. It's very tragic and unfortunate, but thanks so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.